this is Amy. Welcome today to my channel. I'm going to show you a round brush design using 3A Magic round brushes, and I will have the links down below. I'm going to be using a number 8, a number 4, and a 0. I'm going to be using a number 4 flat brush by Amagic, a number 8 Deerfoot Stippler, and a fine liner by Westonia. All paints I use are FolkArt paints. I'm using lime green, Thicket, Teddy Bear Brown, Magenta, Wicker White, and Pale Yellow. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to begin by using the number 4 round brush, and I'm going to dip it into the magenta, and I'm going to start by creating some buds. Alright, so I'm just going to do quick little strokes like this, and I'm going to do 3 up top here, and 1, or no, actually 2 towards the bottom. So I'm just doing quick little strokes. I'm going to come over here with the Wicker White and just go through and just go back over my strokes. Now you could actually tip the paint into the Wicker White before you paint the strokes so that you have both colors on the brush at the same time. That's up to you. And then I'll come down here. I got a little bit of paint left from my other design. If you're new to my channel, I use this bottle here to do my designs if I'm not creating something that I'm going to actually sell. So I'm just pulling it. Gonna do another one like that. Oops. I'm going to throw some light into it. Alright. Then I'm going to put that brush aside. I'm going to pick up my number 8. And then I'm going to create the bigger flowers. Like I said, you can go ahead and put, I don't know why I just did that, but touch into the Wicker White. And so I'm going to come up here and just start my pulls towards the center. Now if you're like me, you can create having the petals going in different directions, just with some movement like that. Have it come back here because I don't want to, I'm trying not to have my hand in the way. I'm a left-handed person, and a lot of times when I'm trying to show the design, my hand gets in the way. And you can put another petal in there too if you want. I'm not creating these with a specific petal count in mind, so whatever works for you is good. And just keep messing with it till you get it to look the way you want. It doesn't have to be perfect, and doesn't have to be a specific way. And you can make your strokes shorter if you want to kind of indicate that it's your flower is heading a certain direction by doing the different lengths and petals. That kind of helps with that. And also by putting more paint on your design, you're making it thicker, which will make it a more durable design. Now with these bottles, since they're not really handled a whole lot, that's not as big of a concern as opposed to if you're creating drinking glasses, but it's still something to consider because you want your design to last. And not only do you want it to be pretty, but you want it to last so that it doesn't come off easily or scratch easily. Paint's not just going to fall off, because I've had people say that and it's like, it just doesn't fall off. It might be scratched, possibly. But it's definitely not something that just falls off your bottle or your glass. I'm going to put another stroke in here. If you're new to my channel, please know that my channel is meant to be a place to come if you're a newbie and you want to learn just some very simple painting designs. It's not meant to be very challenging, just relaxing and fun. Alright, then let's grab our fine liner. And I'm sticking it in and kind of pulling it and rolling it. You can actually do some white in there too. And then just keep dipping in as you create and need to add more paint. Okay, so on my blooms, I'm going to come up here and I am going to create my stems to attach my flower or flower buds. And again, just have fun with it. My painting is supposed to be something that's relaxing and fun to do. And I could see this being a girls' night out. Grab some paint, some brushes, and have some friends over. We're just gonna keep it simple. Now, if you're going to bake your glass, please give it some dry time. I recommend at least an hour after you're done painting. And then put it into a cold oven. Turn the oven on. I add my preheat time to my bake time. So this paint requires, well, it suggests that you bake it for 30 minutes. So I add my preheat time, which is about 20 minutes. So in total, I bake my glass about 50 minutes. When it's done, your timer goes off. Just turn off your oven, allow the item to stay in your oven until it's completely cooled. And I know people will ask me about how long. I'd say at least an hour or two. And that's an approximate time. And then you pull it out and you're good to go. And these little guys are just going to be hanging down. And I just like to be kind of loose with my painting. If you have any questions or comments, please place those down below the video once you're done viewing. Also, if you're new, please subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate it. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you get notified when I post something new. It's kind of reminds me of strawberries in a way. I'm not sure why, that just kind of hit me. But they're not meant to be strawberries. Alright, so then I always like to add just some little extras here to paint some leaves on. And you may wonder why I go over them. I like for these to be, you know, good coverage because they're small. They could very easily just be light and easy to scratch off. And of course, never just take your fingernail and try to scratch them off. I kind of have a feeling sometimes people do that just to test the durability, and then they'll say, oh, the paint falls off. Don't do that. Treat them like fine china. Yes, the paint can go into the dishwasher. They're the painted item, not the paint. Painted item can go in the dishwasher, top rack, but I do recommend hand washing if you want to preserve the design, but definitely do not put them on the bottom rack. If you do, you're not going to have your design when it comes out. Alright, gonna take my flat brush. Again, that's a number 4. I'm dipping it into the thicket, the lime green, a little bit of the white. I could even do a little bit of the yellow if I want to. And just do my blending strokes. Alright. And then I'm going to come here and I'm just going to do my basic quick wiggle leaves. And then come through here. And on these you can rotate them around, meaning like this one I'm doing the lighter on the outside. And I can do the lighter on the outside coming down, or I could do dark. Those are just different options that you have. And I'm just going to come through here and do these in a few spots. I like leaves a lot, just so you know. If you find that you don't like as many leaves as I do, not a problem. Paint less. And I'm sorry about my furnace, that's what's running in the background. And it's kind of hard for me to see, so sometimes I can't see very well because I've got the glare. I'm trying to do it in different spots that it's easier for you guys to see. I hope that helps. Alright, so I'm going to do one over here. So this is the difference. I can do it like that. And then I can come back here and do it with a lighter color down the side. And then just come down with my little stem, put it in there. Alright, and then I want to just do some of my basic one stroke kind of leaves. Do some of those, just kind of as fillers. And then maybe even come up here into the buds. And you can overlap, that's fine. And come down here and do the same thing down here. You don't have to have one on each side. You don't have to do that. You can just do, you know, a little bit, or you can do it on both sides if you choose. Up to you. One thing you can do is take your, well, I'm going to do this first. I'm going to do my 0 brush. I'm just going to do some added little petals, because it is a small brush. And these are basically just fillers. And I like to go back and forth with my colors so they're not all the same. That one has a little bit too much white in it. And I can go back over it with some green just to make it fit in a little bit. And then I have one here. And again, I can do with the brighter, just kind of rotate it, because I want it to be seen, because it's on the dark green bottle. And I can come over here and maybe add some white into those too. Like I said, I like to vary them. I don't want them to all look the same. That's on purpose. But that's up to you. You know, if you'd prefer them all to be very similar, then you can do that. That's your choice, of course. Now I'm going to come down here. I've got a little one sprouting out this way. And I can just do it quickly. I can just add back into it. Oops, I wanted to get some of the green in there. And I think I had one coming down this way, so I'll just add some this direction. So that's why I say when you start painting, you know, you paint over stuff or you add to it and you might forget. Not a big deal. All right, now I'm going to take my liner, fill it with the paints again. And the only thing with this little liner is sometimes it dries really quickly, so it gets kind of stiff. But then I come back in and I just add my little stems into my leaves. I can add them into this one just very quickly. And I can also, you know, come out a little bit because I do like to, you know, have them just kind of free. And I do rotate and again put the different colors in here. And always remember too, you don't actually have to use green. And I like to sometimes add other colors for leaves, whether it's like gold or purple, whatnot. It's just gives it a little bit different life. And I'm going to come over here and do the same thing. I don't want too much white on there, but and I can just, like I said, I have some white. Not a big deal. And then let's see what else we need to do. Okay, let's go up in here. And then we'll cross over. Okay, and then we'll do this. Just very simple. You can see that nothing that I'm doing is difficult to do. It's all just very simple. But it's still pretty, even though it's simple. And I guess that's one of the points I'm trying to make, is that it doesn't have to be difficult and lots of stages for it to be pretty. You know, I personally don't have the patience for several different coats and blending and all that stuff. I just like to do it and be done. All right, let's go ahead and finish this up. I'm going to take my Deerfoot stippler, stick the front into the pale yellow, stick the back into the teddy bear brown, pounce it out. If I need to add more, I will go ahead and do so. And I want, you know, fairly big center on these. And again, you might pull up some paint from underneath, but if you need to add more paint, just go right back over it again. These are not difficult to do. And you want to add more paint to them, feel free to do so. Alright, there you have it. Now if you want to add some dots to this, to the centers, you can do that, but I'm just going to leave them as they are. I think they're pretty just the way it is, and I hope you like it too. If you do, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. New to my channel, please remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell. And prior to leaving, if you'd like to share this video on your social network, please hit the share button you'll find underneath the video, and it'll give you the options of where you can share it and you'll be good to go. Until the next time, thanks so much for stopping by, and you have a good one.